Good evening once again everyone, and welcome to TT_Project Cars. This is round 7 of the RS01 Championships here at Sakitto, the fictional Suzuka circuit as I like to call it, in Renault Roulette last time around. But thank you very much for tuning in. I'm GemTed14, your commentator once again. Alan Kay has been disqualified already for a pit lane violation, and I do apologise about starting this stream or starting this video just slightly late. I have been trying desperately to try and get the video on the live stream. YouTube sadly still down, so we're going to have to be taking this as a second upload, which will get uploaded later on. You're on board with Mick Hinder for you, who goes straight into the wall at the final corner. He's in control of the car. Jack Stewarton is also off out on track, so that means Andy really is the only one that is going round out on track. We've got about 7.5 minutes left, 3 minutes gone through this 10-minute qualifying, and McKinder for you, Lee, is no set time just yet between these five. Alan Kay disqualified. I thought he actually disconnected, but looking in the race feed, he's actually been disqualified for pit lane violations. Andy across the line in the meantime, just to start his lap. So then we've got Crusher Bro on a lap, coming through the fictional Degners. And of course the difference between the RS01 GT3s in the Renault Roulette which you saw and these cars is that these are slightly slower. Slightly slower than about 2 seconds slower compared to the GT3s which we had last week. In Renault Roulette about 10 minutes ago. Obviously it'll be longer than that when this video does get uploaded. But Crusher Bro is on a lap, currently coming into tonight. Crusher Bro out on top with 239 points. Andy in second on 211. Alan Kay in third on 210. Frank in fourth on 130, with Sean in fifth on 120. McKinder for you in sixth on 82. With Tiz Leroy in seventh. Theo Daly in seventh as well on 67 points respectively. Mummy Papa on 65. Jesse on 50. And in 11th place is Jack Stewarton on 40 points. Crusher Bro just running across the line now. And that is invalidation, I think. There's plenty of invalidations going on. Crusher Bro has had his lap time already invalidated. Jack Stewarton has had his lap time invalidated as well. We're back on board with Andy, however. Jack Stewarton and Theo Daly, I do believe that is still in the pit. In fact, Theo Daly just on the exit of the pit lane now. And Andy about to come out of the final corner now, which would have been the chicane, of course, if this was Suzuka. It is not Suzuka, and it is Sakitto. And he comes across the line now to set a 142.4, which is the opener. As I said, about 2 or 3 seconds slower, these cars, compared to what you saw with the GT3s early on, the RS01 GT3s that is. McKinder for you comes across the line with the 155.8. In the meantime, Crusher Bro is out on a lap. I think he's had this one invalidated, so we'll keep on board with him in the meantime. Both of the other drivers, Jack Stewarton and Theo Daly, have all came out the pit lane as well, and they're still yet to set a time. And of course, in the weekend, which we have seen Nick de Vries being crowned Formula 2 champion, I also want to give a little bit of an update on Juan Manuel Carrera. Juan Manuel Carrera was undergoing surgery here today on his right leg, to save his right leg rather than amputate his right leg, and I'm sure all of our thoughts will be still with Juan Manuel as he recovers from what was a really, really horrific crash in the Formula 2 race in Belgium, sadly claimed the life of Antoine Hubert. Well, Crusher Bro just across the line now, coming through fictional turn 1 and 2, and then into fictional centre S's, runs wide again. Crusher Bro takes out a boarding this time. Theo Daly and Jack Stewarton are also on that. Theo Daly just having a bit of a moment then. Jack Stewarton running wide at fictional 130R. I think he has invalidated this lap, I believe, and this has just came out the pits through the final corner. Jack Stewarton about to come across the line. Andy sets a fast lap with a 141.3, nice lap from him. And Jack Stewarton goes third with a 159.4. Still taking a lot of use in these cars. 3 minutes and 40 seconds roughly left to go here in qualifying of the Renault RS01s, and it is Andy on top from McKinley Few in second, Jack Stewart in third, Theo Daly back into the pits in fourth, and Crusher Bro, who's on a lap, just about to come through Fictional Spoon in fifth position, and is looking good so far out on track. Of course, coming into tonight's race, I will remind you from last week that the results were as follows. Crusher Bro took race 1 and race 2 as per usual. Third week in a row he's actually done that, and the 7th consecutive race that he's actually won in retrospect. He comes through Fictional 130R. Car just going underneath the tunnel section there, I do believe was Jack Stewartson, who just came out of the pits. Crusher Bro with just under 3 minutes to go, about to come across the line. What is this lap time like? Across the line he comes. Set to 142, a 141.226. Very, very nice lap there by the Norwegian, and just goes a shade quicker than Andy. Possibly can improve on that as well. Andy, what is he doing out on track? The Scotsman, I was going to say the Spaniard there. The Scotsman about to come across into the final corner now. Looking good through the final corner, and Andy the Scotsman, is he going to come across the line now to go Paul? Yes, 140 flat. Really great lap there by Andy, getting out of the way there. I think it was Theo Daly just coming out the pits. It was Theo Daly just coming out the pits, and Andy is now on top once again, 1.2 seconds up. Jack Stewartson has gone up to third, improves, 146 flat. Nice lap from him. McKinley Few was just going through the two Degners out on track as well. Looking good so far out on track, as I say, here tonight, and hopefully we are going to be seeing some really good driving once again here tonight, especially in the race. And looking good at this stage. Andy leads, Crusher Bro second, Jack in third, McKinley Few in fourth position. And fifth place is still Theo Daly, still yet to set a lap time just yet. But at this stage in the race, it's all looking good at this moment in time. And Andy leads the way. Crusher Bro second, Jack in third, McKinley Few in fourth, Theo Daly in fifth. McKinley Few still on a lap here, about to come across the line with about a minute to go now in the session. Still Crusher Bro, in fact Crusher Bro with a 38.6 out in front from Andy in second, Jack in third, McKinley Few in fourth position. And McKinley Few 200s down on his lap time now with 45 seconds to go out on track. We're about to see Andy about to come across the line. Is he going to see an improvement here? This is really his final chance. Comes across the line, improves, 5 tenths, 39.5. Just about to see Theo Daly come across the line as well. Goes ahead of McKinley Few. Jack Stewartson about to come across the line as well. He'll be the final driver to come across the line to start a lap. So Jack Stewartson across the line, 3.2 seconds up, and goes third as a result, and improves his time in fact in third there. So Crusher Bro will be next across the line. Crusher Bro will be next across the line. He's coming through Fictional Spoon. And coming through there nicely, he is indeed. But looking good from Crusher Bro. Oh, and he spins at Fictional Spoon on the exit of Fictional Spoon. Crusher Bro is out. Has he done enough? I think he has, to be honest. I honestly think he's done enough. McKinley Few looking to improve. Fastest lap galores here tonight. Crusher Bro 41.2. Andy with a 40 flat, and then Crusher Bro improves with a 38.6. It's a very nice lap time from the Norwegian there, the Scotsman down in second there, Andy. But McKinley Few coming through into the final two corners now, and runs wide and has invalidated his time. We cut on board then with the next driver about to come across the line, who is, in fact, McKinley Few. So the next driver to come across the line will be Andy. Andy the Scotsman. Trying to find another 9 tenths on Crusher Bro to try and, and he's actually invalidated. So Andy is done on this track. Oh, and he spins at the final corner. Through the final corner he goes, got caught up on the sausage curb. So that means Theo Daly is going to try and improve on his lap. And this is looking like a clean lap. Theo Daly ran the final corner. And they're already back into the pit. So Theo Daly about to come across the line now. Does he improve? He does, but not enough to go past Jack Stewartson. Jack Stewartson across the line. Didn't improve, I don't think, either there as well, but it is out on top. Crusher in first, Andy in second, Jack Stewartson in third, Theo Daly in fourth, and McKinley Hughes second and fifth. And Alan Kay starts from the back in sixth position after a disqualification in the race. And we'll get the speed of the map up. So Crusher will lead them off the line. It's a bit of a shocking camera angle this, if I've got to be honest. We should be getting underway very shortly indeed for Project Cars action round at Sakitto, which is fictional Suzuka. And it's honestly looking good, to be honest. And I think Crusher should be looking to improve here and win once again, of course. But oh, and there's a power off sign coming up on my TV. That's not great. Crusher Brawl then with 3 light sequence about to come on, and we're about to go green any second now. Crusher Brawl gets us underway. Everyone up to a nice start. Jack Stewartson gets a very good start off the line. Now they run down towards turn 1. Who has got the better start? And Crusher Brawl will lead into turn 1. Theo Daly diving down the inside of Alan Kay there. A little bit of an aggressive dive down the inside of turn 1 there from Theo Daly, but gets the move done nonetheless. Crusher Brawl leads coming through the fictional centre masters for the first time. Jack Stewartson in second, Andy in third, McKinley Hughes in fourth, Theo Daly in fifth, and Alan Kay in sixth. They all fly through towards the end of sector 1. Up the hill now through the Dunlop curve. The Crusher Brawl leads the way from Jack Stewartson in second, Andy in third. The interval timings will come up very shortly, and Andy is going to try and go down the inside here at fictional Degner 1, not quite, and Theo Daly's run wide into the gravel there. Will have to rejoin track safely. He does, and he joins actually ahead of Alan Kay, which I wasn't expecting actually. They now come up through the left-hander. Of course, there would have been the hairpin there if this was Suzuka, but Crusher Brawl leads the way. Jack in second, Andy in third. Andy trying to go down the inside line here into what looks like Spoon Corner, and probably is Spoon Corner. Andy now on the inside line, Jack Stewartson on the outside line. Andy covering the inside line and gets the move done. Well, Scotsman is up to P2. McKinley Hughes trying to follow in P4 at this stage, but Crusher Brawl leads the way. 2.7 seconds from Andy in second. Jack in third, McKinley Hughes in fourth. Theo Daly in fifth. And Alan Kay in sixth position. Running wide there, Jack Stewartson takes out one of the hoardings there on the right-hand side of the track. But at the end of lap 1, it's Crusher Brawl who leads the way with Andy in second. Jack Stewartson in third. McKinley has a moment out the final corner, losing the back end to fourth. Theo Daly's into fifth, but Alan Kay running the slipstream, getting close to the Irishman. Down now into turn 1. Alan Kay has got the inside line. Going to repay the favour down the inside. Theo Daly, in fact, loses control of the car, and Alan Kay is through, and he's up to P5. Theo Daly just losing the car after the move had actually been done. Theo Daly now down to the back of the field in P6. The Crusher Brawl leads the way early on. Only 6 drivers out on track here tonight. We did lose Tez Leroy with internet connection issues through the first race. It is Crusher Brawl who leads the way. Andy in second, Jack in third, with McKinley Hughes in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth, and Theo Daly again making another mistake out on track, losing that back end even more. So looking good at this stage in this race. And hopefully this is going to be developing up into a very nice race indeed, with Crusher Brawl leading. Andy in second, Jack Stewartson in third, McKinley Hughes in fourth. Pretty much the same from the outset, with the first 3 minutes about to go under. But it is Crusher Brawl dominating out in front. 2.7 seconds. Andy having a much neater race this time in second place compared to Renault Roulette. Well, we did have that drive-through penalty, of course, which cost him. Jack Stewartson in third, getting hunted down by McKinley Hughes. We'll just go on board actually with the timing screen. Jack Stewartson just to confirm with a 1 second penalty. So Jack Stewartson with a 1 second penalty. That is a cone going absolutely sky high into the air. It must be about 100 feet in the air there. McKinley Hughes took that out at the end of lap 2. And on the start of lap 3, it's Crusher Brawl who leads the way. Andy in second, Jack Stewartson in third, McKinley Hughes trying to hunt down Jack into turn 1. Not close enough to the car in front at this stage, but McKinley Hughes, Jack Stewartson runs wide through into turn 2. That will give the opportunity for McKinley Hughes to now attack through what is the fictional centre S's. They go side by side through here pretty much. And Jack Stewartson defends the car well. McKinley Hughes trying to get a switchback line going on the inside here. Coming through the S section, they make contact briefly. Just unsettles them slightly as they come up the hill in towards the fictional Degners. And Crusher leads the way. Andy in second. Jack Stewartson in third. Now under pressure from McKinnon for you. Alan Kay slowly getting onto the back of this as well. He could fight for a possible podium finish here. Theo Daly running around in 6th position, but doing a good job nonetheless. As you can probably appreciate that my voice is starting to go a little bit after another commentary earlier on. Andy has now picked up a penalty, and that is a 2-second penalty for Andy, as we see Jack Stewartson spinning out of fictional Spoon, losing the back end, cuts the inside. That is a great abuse of track limits there, and Alan is quite rightly going to get past him. So Alan Kay now into P4, Jack Stewartson now P5. I would not be surprised if there's more penalties going to be given for that. I would not be surprised at all. That was a clear corner cut down the inside. Bit of a nice corner cut, I've got to admit, but he is still going flat out, and it looks like he was actually recovering the car more than anything else, so the game has let him get away with that one, it seems. Crusher leads the way though. We're through the first 5 minutes here in Renault RS01 action here tonight. So of course race 1 here out on track, and it is Crusher He does lead the way. Andy in second, McKinnon in third, with Jack in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth. Has made a mistake somewhere out on track, and in fact has been passed by Theo Daly now. Alan Kay has made a major mistake out on track, down to P6. He goes, so he's now down at the back of the field. Theo Daly, that'll be a nice squabble going on between those two, I would imagine. In the meantime, Jack Stewartson on the back of McKinnon for you, with 6 minutes gone. We come through fictional Degners, and that's not how you take the fictional Degners. That is running through the gravel, similar to what we saw earlier on actually from one of the drivers. As Crusher has got a reduced margin now, 2.8 seconds. Andy following on in behind. Crusher in fact, I think has just lost it there. He has! Crusher is off into the wall, and that is a hard impact into the wall. We didn't see that. But Crusher is into the wall and has lost the lead, and now Andy leads the way, and that could be Crusher letting Andy in for an opportunity for the title once again. That's going to be costing them points. We'll have to see, of course, how it unfolds. But leading the way, it is now Andy by 8.5 seconds. From Theo Daly, from Crusher in second. McKinnon in third, Jack Stewartson in fourth, Alan Kay back into fifth. Theo Daly's made a little mistake, and Jack Stewartson has actually crashed into the pit lane. Not sure what happened there. I think he must have lost the back end. He's into the pit lane. He's got 51 seconds worth of penalties. Not sure if that was given for his corner cut, or if that was given for pit lane violations. Remains to be seen. I would imagine it's pit lane violations more than anything else. Now that puts Jack Stewartson down to the back of the field. Not the sort of race he wants to be having at this stage, but Andy leads the way to 8.1 seconds as we are now dead on halfway through here in qualifying. In the race, sorry, and Andy leads the way from Crusher in second, McKinnon in third, with Theo Daly in fourth and Alan Kay in fifth position, and Andy putting onto that advantage nicely. 8.3, 8.4, now nearly 8.5 seconds, 8.5 seconds out on track. Do apologise to anyone that might be expecting this to be a live stream. It is not, however, a live stream because there are YouTube issues at the time of recording, so I do apologise that this has had to happen. But this video, of course, will be uploaded whenever it will be. It'll probably be uploaded very soon indeed. But Andy leads the way, 10 seconds the gap. Crusher's made a little mistake, I think, out on track. McKinnon in third, Theo Daly in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth, and Jack Stewartson, as a result of those penalties being added, he's set a 4-minute 21 lap time as a result of that. He's now down into P6. But looking good out in front, Andy now, Scotsman. Crusher 1.3 seconds behind, going into second place, and trying to close in on the Scotsman, the flying Scotsman of TT_Project Cars. Of course, I'm not at liberty to reveal what is going to be happening next season, but there's going to be a lot of changes going to be happening next season indeed. I will come on to that at the end of the final live stream, which will be, of course, in Bathurst for round for what will be this time next week, actually. But Andy leads the way. Crusher Bro in second, McKinley third, Theo Daly in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth. And Alan Kay has actually dropped back behind Theo Daly over the course of the last few laps, and Jack Stewartson in sixth position after his wild entry into the pit lane. But Andy leads the way, and it's looking good from the Scotsman's point of view. Crusher Bro making a mistake, maybe costing him the win, and it's very crucial now for Andy, but he leads the way nicely, and he's doing a good job out in front, trying to make amends for his non-show last week, of course, due to moving house. I think this will be a nice moving house present. It'll be like a welcoming gift for him, for himself. Andy leads the way, 9.6 seconds, maintaining the gap nicely. How is Crusher Bro looking in behind though? Crusher Bro in second. McKinley has just picked up penalties. We'll come on board with that very shortly indeed. Crusher Bro across the line. Just want to see the lap time quicker. 39.9, 40.1. A 2/10 gap there on that last lap around. A second penalty being picked up for McKinley there. He's in third position. He's came across the line coming through turn one now. Theo Daly in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth. Jack Stewartson still going round in sixth, still trooping round. Of course, more point scoring positions on offer here. And doing a good job out on track, so Andy doing a good job out in front, maintaining that gap nicely. It's just reducing slightly, but I don't think it's going to reduce too terrifically over the next couple of laps or so, because of the thingy. Well, looking at this race, Andy leads the way, Crusher Bro in second, McKinley in third, Theo Daly, Alan Kay and Jack Stewartson in fourth, fifth and sixth places respectively. And Taze Leroy saying about the Renault Roulette race that there was internet issues for him. So Taze Leroy leaving the session as opposed to essentially, to put it in terms like quitting out the race, essentially. So that's good anyways, that it's a disconnection that has occurred for Taze Leroy. Hopefully we'll see him back next week. Andy leads the way, 11 seconds now that gap. Crusher Bro again has made another mistake somewhere out on track. All of these little errors add up. And Crusher Bro not really suiting this car, I've got to be honest. 3 minutes to go. Might get another 2 laps out of this race. On lap 8 now, we better go on to lap 9 and lap 10. But leading the way is Andy from Crusher Bro in second, McKinley in third, Theo Daly fourth, Alan Kay in fifth. That gap has stabilised between fourth and fifth, and Jack Stewartson in sixth position at this stage in the race. And I've got to say, great action so far here out on track. My voice just starting to go slightly, but Andy leads the way. Andy does not lead the way. He has spun. That is on the exit of fictional Degna 2. And Andy has a moment out in front. Thank goodness he's still out in front. But now that could just give Crusher Bro the look-in that he needs. And I think this will be the final lap that we're going to come on to as well. We haven't got long to go at all. We've got less than 2 minutes to go now. Andy leading the way. Crusher Bro in second, McKinley in third, Theo Daly in fourth, Alan Kay and Jack Stewartson in fifth and sixth. And this will definitely be the final lap of the race now. So the final lap of the race is about to begin. And Alan Kay, Andy leads the way from Crusher Bro in second. I'm just going to use my nasal inhaler slightly. Jack Stewartson back into the pit lane. And Crusher Bro is round. Crusher Bro is round. That is at the exit of 130R. McKinley has now came into second place. So McKinley into second. And Crusher Bro's got no rear wing. Crusher has got no rear wing, so he's going to have to try and control that car for the remainder of this race. He's going to be dropping down the order quite a lot here, I think. Drama here in Sakitto. Oh, there we go. Andy leads the way. McKenna for you now second. Crusher in third. We're not sure where that rear wing came off at. There's Jack Stevenson just in behind, by the way. But over the course of the last lap or so, Crusher was going to be losing a lot of time. Can he hang on to that third position? Andy leading the way. McKenna for you in second. 2 seconds worth of penalties for Andy. McKenna for you on 1 second and Jack Stevenson on 51 seconds worth of penalties as we approach the last 10 seconds of the race. Andy leads. On the run up towards fictional 130 arc. McKenna for you second. Crusher still in third, but Theo Daly right on the back now. He's only a second and a half away. Andy then coming through the final 2 corners. Andy is going to take the win here. A much deserved win. Crusher and Theo Daly are side by side, and Theo Daly's been knocked off. Alan Kay could pick up an unlikely podium. Andy across the line. McKenna for you just coming through fictional 130R. Alan Kay right on the back now of Crusher Theo Daly into the gravel. Not going to be picking up, I don't think, third place. Crusher now is going to try and defend off Alan Kay. But Alan Kay is through. And you can see the speed reduction down the straight. Alan Kay now into P3. And that is a saving grace for him. A very unlikely P3, but it's a worthwhile P3, I think. Theo Daly now into 4th as well. Crusher struggling and drops down to 5th position. Jack Stevenson is already across the line. He's just came across the line, in fact, there now. So Alan Kay comes across the line to finish in 3rd. Picks up a podium. He'll be punching up the air with that. Theo Daly across the line in 4th. And Crusher off at the final corner again. That's where he must have lost it with the rear wing. And he's going to be across the line now to finish in a rather disappointing, I think, 5th place. I think he can make amends, and he doesn't even finish coming across the line. He's so close to the line. He DNFs out the race, but Andy wins. McKenna for you second, Alan Kay in 3rd, Theo Daly 4th, Crusher in 5th, and Jack Stevenson in 6th. And of course, we have got one more race to come here in Sakitto. And goodness me, are we in for a right treat? We'll come back very shortly on the video, but Alan Kay, of course, lobby host, there is final 15 minutes worth of action here at Sakitto left, and I'll just take you through actually. I can't actually take you through the picture of the track, sadly, but essentially it is like Japan. It is like Suzuka. It's like the Japanese Grand Prix, really. Sakitto. 15 minutes worth of action left, as I say. We are now on 9:30 on a Saturday evening when this is going to get loaded. Remains to be seen, but hopefully, as we are about to get going very shortly indeed. I think we are going to get going now. So Alan Kay has read up. I'm about to go racing once again for the final race here tonight at Sakitto. There is the track map. 15 turns, 3.34 mile in length. Heavy cloud here tonight, but it is night time and it is going to stay dry, which I think is just going to keep the tyres at a colder temperature as per usual. So we're about to get going here for the final race this evening. Renault Roulette, of course, will be uploaded hopefully very shortly, or hopefully as soon as possible, with Sakitto now possibly a distant memory for some of these drivers. Might be races to forget, might be races to savour, and I think in Andy's case, certainly raced one of the RS01s. Believe that was Andy's first race, first win of the season, if I recall. Let me just have a look at the thing. Oh, he won race 2 at Road America, so it's the second win of the season for Andy. But we are about to go green here once again. And it is lights out and away we go. Very good start by Theo Daly off the line. Takes them down into turn 1. Jack Stewartson in behind. The side-by-side action with Crusherbro trying to go around the outside now on Jack Stewartson into turn 1. Very clean through turn 1 and Crusherbro sails it around the outside of Jack Stewartson at turn 1 and 2. Really great move, and he's up to second place early on. Jack Stewartson and Andy under pressure. McKinley for you, Alan Kay. Everyone running, a little bit of marble coming off the tyre, unless that was a little bit of front beam coming off one of the cars. Possibly might have been off Crusherbro, but Andy was using the back end. Jack Stewartson running out wide through the Dunlop curve, a little bit of side-by-side contact, but Andy now on the inside line is up to P3. Jack Stewartson onto the gravel. He's got to stay out of the way here. John safely, but is just losing a little bit on the back end there. And Alan Kane now comes under pressure just in behind, but it is Theo Daly who does lead the way early on. Andy in second, Crusherbro in second, Andy in third, McKinley for you in fourth, Jack Stewartson in fifth, and Alan Kane in sixth place. And good start to this race. I think it's the cleanest start of all 3 races here tonight. As Crusherbro runs wide, takes out one of the hoardings, avoids another one, and takes out another one just for good measure. So Theo Daly leads the way, an unlikely leader, started from P1. There's side-by-side action in the background, however, with Jack Stewartson and Alan Kay now going side-by-side running down the straight. It is Theo Daly who does lead the way a little down into fictional 130R, 5/10 of a second separating. Andy just runs wide. Theo Daly and Crusherbro and Andy now. Crusherbro getting the run around the outside of the final corner. Great stuff! What a move! What a move around the outside of the final corner. Crusherbro gets the move done. Brilliant! 2 for the price of 1. Signed, sealed and delivered. Thank you very much. Crusherbro takes the lead of the race from Theo Daly, and Andy loses the back end of turn 1. Andy has to take a board in action. He somehow kept it out of the wall. He's going to have to rejoin in 4th position. I'll give the position back to McKinley for you. Would have been his position anyways. Jack Stewartson in 5th. Alan Kane 6th. And a little bit of movement in the background. I think one of them is McKinley for you, runs off track slightly through the fictional Senna S's. What a start for race 2. Crusherbro now leading the way. Theo Daly in second, having a good race so far. McKinley for you in third, Andy in fourth. Everyone really having a good race so far. As that is Crusherbro wide. Theo Daly wide. Crusherbro of course in the lead. 2 others are coming out to play once again. Theo Daly on the inside line, Andy trying to go up the inside line of Andy of McKinley for you there on the inside line. Theo Daly just losing the back now. The back end now of McKinda, and McKinda is right on the outside, and Theo Daly lets him go. So McKinda for you now up to P2. Good stuff, and Andy's going to try and switch it down on the inside here through fictional Spoon. And not quite. That was Jack Stewartson off, way off track there. In the background shot, and that was Alan Kay. 1 and 2 were off in the background, but Crusherbro dominating, wants to send a statement out in this second race, and has put the hammer down early. McKinley for you in second, Crusherbro in third, Theo Daly in fourth, Andy in fourth, Theo Daly in third, Andy in fourth, Alan Kay and Jack Stewartson 5th and 6th position. Side by side, Andy gets the move done on Theo Daly. He's up to P3, good stuff indeed. Now come through turn 1 once again. And, oh! Contact! McKinley for you loses the back end through turns 1 and 2. He's parked on the racing line. Theo Daly hits the car. I'll have to get investigated, I think. I'm not sure if there's going to be much looked into that, to be honest. We'll have a look at that. So that means Crusherbro out in the lead by 6.6 seconds. Andy now in second. Alan Kay on for another podium, possibly in third position. McKinley for you and Theo Daly 4th and 5th. And Jack Stewartson is back into the pits. And nobody has picked up any penalties so far to report, which is good to see as we approach the first 5 minutes of the action unfolding out on track. Crusherbro leads, Andy in second, Alan Kay in third, McKinley for you in fourth, Theo Daly in 5th, Jack Stewartson just about to come out of the pit lane in 6th position. You hear the engine noises going off in the background, these beautiful V6 engines. Crusherbro leading the way by 7.9 seconds. Of course, he doesn't want to try and make a mistake like he did last time in the last race, where he lost his rear wing and finished up in 5th position. 1.1 seconds, 1.1 second personal best through the final sector there, and he passes that with a 1:38.1. I think it was quicker than his last lap there. Pusher leads the way. Just made a mistake, I think, coming through turns 1 and 2. Andy now coming through turns 1 and 2, looking good. Alan Kay in 3rd, McKinley Few in 4th, Theo Daly in 5th, and Jack Stewartson in 6th. Nearly killing me, the cameraman there. Goodness me, there would have been words if he did. The Crusher leads the way. We are through the first 5 minutes, as I say. The Norwegian leads the way. 8 seconds the gap from the Scotsman, Andy in 2nd. The Irishman, Alan Kay in 3rd, with McKinley Few in 4th. Theo Daly in 5th, and Jack Stewartson in 6th position. And in fact, McKinley Few was at a moment out of the centre races, and so was Alan Kay for that matter as well. Both were making mistakes at the same area on track, and that brings the Daly back into the podium positions. Into 3rd place he goes, and he's now got about a 2-second gap to Alan Kay. McKinley Few right in the back of this as well. But looking good so far out on track. And Alan Kay and McKinley Few. Alan Kay defending off McKinley Few. McKinley Few now on the outside line, coming towards Fictional Spoon corner. Alan Kay on the inside line doesn't want to fight this, and McKinley Few, quicker driver I think is through, and he's up to P4 with a nice move, but he gets caught out on the AstroTurf. That's going to give Alan Kay one up the inside here through Fictional Spoon, and gets the move done once again. Fastest sector 3 from Crusher Brawl, 37.9 fastest lap, and now McKinley Few is up to 4th. Crusher Brawl still leads the way, from Andy in 2nd, with Theo Daly in 3rd. About 3 seconds ahead now of McKinley Few, and McKinley Few now beginning to extend that gap to Alan Kay. Jack Stewartson still going around in 6th position. I do apologise about any coughing or spluttering or anything that happens in this, as Alan Kay is at a moment at the final corner. He's into the pit lane. Alan Kay into the pits. So, not sure what happened there. I didn't catch on board with what happened. Might have been similar to what we saw possibly with Crusher Brawl in race 1 of the RS's tonight at Sakitto. But Crusher Brawl leads the way. 7.5 minutes gone. 7.5 minutes left, and Crusher Brawl leads the way. Mandy in 2nd. 11 seconds the gap. Theo Daly in 3rd. McKinley Few beginning to close him down though in 4th position. That gap has widened to about 3 seconds. With Alan Kay in the pits in 5th, and there's Jack Stewartson. We'll have to watch out for Alan Kay, who is raring to go. He wants to say, come on, pick through, let me out. Jack Stewartson just about to come past the line, I think. It's going to be close on pit exit here. Pusher just coming through 130R there. And in fact, has made a mistake. I thought he was going slow. Pusher made a mistake through fictional 130R, and has now got the gap. The gap has reduced 6.2 seconds, 6 seconds, now just dropping under, as Andy tries to capitalise on another mistake by Crusher Pro. But 0.3 of a second improvement there from Andy, 39.7 compared to 43.8. You can really see where he made the mistake out on track. Theo Daly in 3rd, still hanging on, 3 seconds the gap from McKinley Few, with Jack Stewartson in 5th, and Alan Kay in 6th position out on track with 6 minutes to go here in Sakitto, fictional Suzuka. Andy leads the way. Andy in 2nd place, trying to lead the charge to get closer to Crusher Pro. In the meantime, Theo Daly and McKinley Few, I should say, looking very close, 2 seconds away from each other. Watch on board with this in the meantime. McKinley Few just trying to use his corner speed to great effect here and trying to close in. Gap has just reduced under 2 seconds for the first time. But Crusher still leads the way. Andy in 2nd, with Theo Daly in 3rd, McKinley Few in 4th position, Jack Stewartson in 5th, and Alan Kay after coming into the pits now in 6th position. But still running around out on track, and we've still got a full lobby full of drivers still coming out on track, which is great stuff indeed. With 5 minutes to go, so we're 2/3 the way distance here at Sakitto. Crusher better come across the line. That is Alan Kay, I do believe, just ahead of him. Yep, it is. The Crusher better get lapped, Alan Kay. Good sportsmanship there by the Irishman. Run trying in 6th position. Next up for Crusher will be the lapped car of Jack Stewartson to deal with. And I don't think, as Theo Daly is now coming under pressure once again from McKinder for you. It's about a second the gap. This is going to get very close towards the end of the race, I've got to say. Theo Daly switches out the back end nicely. McKinder for you switches out the back end nicely and behind. It's dead on a second the gap. Just drops under to 9/10. McKinder for you just taking a little bit more speed compared to Theo Daly. It's now 8/10 of a second running down into turn 1. About 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Crusher still leads the way, extending the gap, 6.6 seconds from Andy in second. I think he might be resigned to the fact that he's finishing second here tonight, but McKinder for you right on the back of Theo Daly now, 3rd and 4th. This is going to heat up. McKinder for you looks quicker than Theo Daly, but Theo, we've seen him this season defend to the best of his ability, and we should see him once again defend his position as only Theo would at this stage. But McKinder for you trying to close in as well. Theo Daly runs out wide, he's onto the gravel. He's going to have to let McKinder for you through on the inside. He does. Good sportsmanship shown there. Not having a dangerous rejoin. And McKinder for you is still into 3rd place. It's just Theo Daly's lost it. Theo Daly loses the back end on the curb, I think, there. He's spun round. Luckily, he's got a lot of time to recover. So Jack Stewartson gonna have to try and get that car going. He does. But Theo Daly, nothing more than his possible podium diminished there. Jack Stewartson has picked up a penalty for track limits. That'll be a 1 or 2 second time penalty there for the driver. Yep, a 1 second penalty there for Jack Stewartson. Alan Kay in 6th position. But Crusher leads the way. This will be, I think, the penultimate lap of the race. And we'll have to see how this is going to pan out. But Crusher leads the way. 7 seconds of gap. Andy 2nd, McKinder for you 3rd. Theo Daly in 4th, Jack Stewartson in 5th, and Alan Kay in 6th position. As I say, Jack Stewartson with that 1 second time penalty. We come through now towards fictional Spoon once again, and still going round out on track. 7.6 seconds, and hate to break the bad news to everyone, but again, as I said at the start of this race, that the stream's not happening this week. It's probably the first time I've experienced this with Project Cars, but it is a YouTube fault that apparently has came about during tonight's planned stream, which is why you're going to be seeing these videos uploaded later on, whenever that is going to be uploaded. But Crusher leads the way. Andy in 2nd, McKinder for you in 3rd, Theo Daly 4th, Jack Stewartson 5th, and Alan Kay running around in 6th position. Looking good, I've got to say. All of these drivers out on track. The Crusher leads. This is going to be, I think, the final lap of the race, and it's definitely going to be the final lap of the race now, as Crusher makes a mistake through turn 1, brings Andy possibly back into play. 5.2 seconds the gap. Just brings him into play slightly. He doesn't want to be overshooting the corners. Crusher just has to maintain himself here out on track. But leading the way, Crusher 4.8 seconds. Andy in 2nd, McKinder for you in 3rd, Jack Stewartson that was in 4th. Theo Daly's been into the pits, repairing damage, I think. Alan Kay running around in 5th place as well. He's about 11 seconds down, you know, anything can still happen here. With about 45 seconds to go out on track. I do apologise once again, but Crusher leads the way. Andy in 2nd, come through fictional Spoon once again for the final time. 25 seconds to go. It is going to be Crusher now against the clock for possible. I don't think we're going to get another lap in. It's still a long way to go around here. Fictional 130R now for Crusher. Oh, I don't believe it. Crusher was spun at the fictional 130R. Andy's about to come through shot. He's got to get the car going. Andy is going to take it on the inside. I don't believe this. I do not believe it. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Andy is going to come across the line for the luckiest win in Project Cars 2 history. Andy takes it. Crushable loses it at the final corner. At the final corner, at the fictional 130R. He's lost control of the car and he's out of the win. Andy takes it from Crushable in second. McKinder for you in third. Jack Stewartson in fourth. McKinder for you has already came across the line. No, in fact, he's just about to come across the line. We've got the others, Alan Kay and Theo Daly just coming across the line. Jack Stewartson has already came across the line, I do believe, as well. In fact, Jack Stewartson will be the final one to come across the line. McKinder for you across the line in third. Good result from him. We'll wait now for Jack Stewartson to come across the line to finish in fourth position. Absolutely unreal. Crushable loses it. Final corner out on track. One of the final corners out on track. All he had to do was ease the car through, and he goes for a spin on the inside. I think it looked like on the inside of the curb. And that's a shame, and he is going to be ruining that for possibly the rest of the season. Let's have a look at what has been said. Jack Stewartson better come across the line then in fourth place. Going to finish behind McKinder for you, who's also on the podium as well. So Jack Stewartson across the line, he's very happy with that. He takes off his rear wing in celebration, comes across the line to finish in fourth place, and understandably very happy so. That is the end of the action here tonight. 9.5 tenths between Andy and Crushable for victory. Andy takes the double here tonight. And Crushable in second, McKinder for you in third, Jack Stewartson in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth, and Theo Daly in sixth. Retrospectively, 1 second penalties added on for Jack Stewartson, Alan Kay, and Theo Daly picking up a 10-second penalty right at the end of that race. And that is it. That is it for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's video / live stream. Hopefully we will be able to get this uploaded very shortly indeed. But until then, I've been JimTed14. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, for Bathurst next week, goodbye.